Hi, I'm Rod. Welcome to my channel. Today I am listening to the Buddy Whittington Band featuring Gary Moore, and they will be performing Crosscut Saw live. So here we go.
Won't you drag me across your lawn? I'm a crosscut saw. Won't you drag me across your lawn? Well, I cut your wood so good for you, baby. You can't help but say hot dog. This homemade axe, you know it really cuts good. I'm a crosscut saw, baby. Won't you bury me in your wood? Crosscut saw, won't you drag me across your lawn? I'll cut your wood so good for you now. You can't help but say hot dog. Some call me wood chopping Sam, some call me wood cutting Slim. Last woman I chopped wood for, she's want me to cut her again. Crosscut saw, won't you drag me across your lawn? Well, I'll cut your wood so good for you, baby. You can't help but say hot dog. Cuts good. I'm a crosscut saw, baby. Won't you bury me in your wood? Crosscut saw, won't you drag me across your lawn? Well, I cut your wood so good for you now. You can't help but say hot dog. Some call me wood chopping Sam, some call me wood cutting Slim. Last woman I chopped wood for, she's want me to cut her in. Crosscut saw, won't you drag me across your lawn?
great. It's the first time I've heard the Buddy Whittington Band. I have heard him play with John Mayall's Bluesbreakers, but not with his own band. He's got a great band there. A nice drum solo, but the bass and the organ. You've got Buddy, who's a great guitarist in his own right, as well as Gary Moore there, alternating between lead. Yeah, that was just a great version of this song. This is a song that's been covered many times, with a few, I believe there are a few different lyrical versions of it. Anyway, a bit about Buddy, Gary and the song. Buddy Whittington is an American guitarist. He began playing the guitar inspired by his sister's records of the Beatles, the Rolling Stones and John Mayall's Bluesbreakers with Eric Clapton. At the age of 14, he was already a part of the Dallas-Fort Worth music scene and playing regularly in the clubs along Jacksboro Highway. During the early 1980s, he formed and sang with his own band, the Sidemen. In 1991, they opened for John Mayall, and when Coco Montoya left the Bluesbreakers in 1993, Mayall called him to take his place in the band. In Mayall's band, Whittington sang occasionally and contributed to songwriting. When after 15 years Mayall disbanded the Bluesbreakers, Whittington continued to gig in Texas, but also joined forces with Roger Cotton and Pete Stroud, who had toured with Mayall as part of Peter Green's band. Robert William Gary Moore, born the 4th of April 1952 and died 6th of February 2011, was a North Irish musician. Over the course of his career, he played in various groups and performed a range of music, including blues, blues rock, hard rock, heavy metal, and jazz fusion. Influenced by Peter Green and Eric Clapton, Moore began his career in the late 1960s when he joined Skid Row, with whom he released 2 albums. After Moore left the group, he joined Thin Lizzy, featuring his former Skid Row bandmate and frequent collaborator Phil Lynott. Moore began his solo career in the 1970s and achieved major success with 1979's Parisian Walkways, which is considered his signature song. During the 1980s, Moore transitioned into playing hard rock and heavy metal with varying degrees of international success. In 1990, he returned to his roots with Still Got the Blues, which became the most successful album of his career. Crosscut Saw, or Crosscut Saw Blues, as it was first called, is a hokum-styled song that must have belonged to the generation repertoire of the Delta blues. Hokum is a style of American blues where the song uses extended analogies or euphemistic terms to make humorous sexual innuendos. The track goes back to early dirty blues recordings. that enjoyed a huge commercial success in the 1920s and 1930s, and is used from time to time in modern American blues and blues rock. Mississippi bluesman Tommy McLennan's recording of the song was released in 1941 and has since been interpreted by many blues artists. Tony Hollins, a Mississippi bluesman and contemporary of Tommy McLennan, recorded a version of Crosscut Saw Blues with similar lyrics on June 3, 1941, 3 months before McLennan. The song was not released at the time, but eventually appeared in 1992. Crosscut Saw became an early R&B chart hit for Albert King, who made it one of the necessary pieces of modern blues. So in the early days of blues, or just music in general, it was not uncommon for unrecorded or unpublished songs to be in the repertoire of multiple singers, bands, particularly in blues and in folk music tradition. Songs were passed around and developed over an extended period of time without regards to ownership. Yeah, this was great. I had been wanting to see Buddy Whittington in his own band, doing his own thing. I haven't seen him sing before. I've only seen him play as guitarist in the Bluesbreakers. Gary Moore and Buddy Whittington have different quite contrasting guitar tones, but they work well together. Very much like some vocalists that if you hear them individually, you wouldn't necessarily think they would harmonize well, but when you hear them harmonize, you realize that they do. Anyway, I enjoyed this. I thought this was a great live performance, a great cover. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did and you would like to support the channel, the best way to do that is by liking, subscribing and commenting. It all helps, and I hope to see you in another video soon. Thanks for watching.